Hi there, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking how to find the area of a shape when all we're given for the shape are the coordinate pairs for the vertices of the shape. Okay, so you can see above here we have A, and then we have -6, 0, B, 7, 0, C, 7, -10, and D, -6, -10. What those are is those are coordinate pairs that tell us where on a coordinate plane the vertices of this shape will be. Since we have 4 vertices, I'm going to go ahead and guess that this is going to be a quadrilateral, a four-sided figure, but I'm not sure what kind yet. I'm going to have to graph it and see. Once we graph the shape on the coordinate plane, then we'll be able to find the area. So you may notice my coordinate plane looks a little different. The y-axis is closer to the top of the screen. I did that because when we graph our shape is going to be kind of down in the negative area a lot. So we need some more space down there. So I moved the x-axis up a little bit closer to the top of the screen to give us some more room. Okay, so let's start with point A. Point A is -6, 0. So that means from the origin, or where the two axes cross, I would go back 6 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'd end up right about here. Now from here, I would not go either up or down because it's at 0. That means the y-coordinate for this point is 0. So I'm going to leave it just right there and label it A. Okay, now let's graph B. B is at 7, 0. That means from the origin, I would go to the right 7 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, end up right about there. Now, I will look and see the y-coordinate. The y-coordinate is 0, which means I'm not going to go up or down. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark my point right there and call this B. Okay, so let's do point C. Point C is at 7, -10. So from the origin, I would go to the right 7, which brings us to point B. But from there, I'm going to go down 10 because the y-coordinate is -10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is point C. Now I'm going to go ahead and erase those little dots I made. I just made those dots so you could see where I was counting and follow me as I was counting. But when you're doing this on your paper, you don't need to make those dots. You just may like count with your pencil point, but you don't have to make those dots. Okay, so point D is at -6, -10. That means from the origin, we would go back 6, which actually brings us to point A. And then we're going to go down 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is point D. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and erase those dots that I used so you could help me track my counting. All right, now we have our shape. So what we want to do is connect those dots to make the shape. So I'm going to go ahead and connect A to B, and then I'm going to move this down and connect D to C. Then I'm going to flip my ruler around and connect B to C. And then move it over here so I can connect A to D, just like that. Okay, now that I've done that, we can see that I did have a quadrilateral. It could be a rectangle, could be a square. We're not sure. We haven't really counted the units yet. But we do know to find the area of this shape, we would need to multiply the length times the width because it is a rectangle or a square. So the area for a rectangle or square is length times width. So I'm going to kind of highlight width and highlight a length. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. We're going to count how many units it takes to get from one vertex to the next so that we can see how wide and how long this shape is. So if I was going from D to C, I would start with D as 0 and then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So the distance between D and C is 13, which means the width of the shape is 13 units. Now let's see the distance between B and C. If I start at B and go down to C, B is 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the distance between B and C is 10 units. So now we have a length and a width. To find the area, we would multiply the length times the width. So area would be 13 times 10, which equals 130. Now, since we don't know the units of measurement, we're just going to say units squared or square units. So that is how you find the area of a shape when all you're given are the vertices for the, or sorry, the coordinate pairs for the vertices on a coordinate plane.